you're good enough for Detroit, Jay.
Couldn't be happier for the Lions and all of their fans, and I'm also filled with pain because now the Miami Dolphins have the longest losing playoff streak at 24 years.
This is fine. I'm okay with the events that are unfolding.
What is up, and welcome back to another episode of Finned Up. I am your host, Brian Mochek. This is my dog, Reggie. Super Wildcard Weekend was a lot of fun, and we had some great games, except for the Chiefs-Dolphins game. That really sucked. That sucked so bad. I hated every single minute of it. We got 8 teams left in contention for the Super Bowl, and I've ranked all of them, and we're going to talk about all of them on this week's Power Ranking episode. Let's get into it. Julie, do the thing!
There's the dunk and the shoulder right there. Damon Shelton got
Finned up.
Number 8, the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs played the Miami Dolphins on Saturday night, with the wind chill making it negative 30 degrees outside for the 4th coldest game in NFL history. This game taught us some basic arithmetic, and it's that cold weather plus aquatic mammals equals sad Samoan. This game was streamed exclusively on Peacock, and it became the most watched streaming event in US history with 23 million viewers, and NBC was proud of their accomplishment and were sure to let the entire world know. This isn't something to be proud of, you dickheads. In order to watch the game we love, we had to buy your crappy streaming service. It's like North Korea bragging about having the happiest people in the world. Buy Peacock, don't watch the NFL playoffs. Say you love Kim Jong-un, get shot in the back of the head. It's not a real choice. Am I really comparing NBC to North Korea?
You're goddamn right.
The Chiefs would go on to win this game, as Miami Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel called 3,278 screen pass plays that didn't work, and one of the most prolific offenses of the regular season had just 7 points. The Chiefs will go on to play the Bills in Buffalo next week, and it's a real Sophie's choice for NFL officiating as they have to decide which team to bail out with stupid roughing the passer penalties. Number 7, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With the Buccaneers win over the Philadelphia Eagles on Monday night, the NFC South has officially passed the torch to the NFC East as the worst division in the NFL. The Bucs waxed the Eagles 32-9 as Philadelphia completed one of the worst meltdowns in NFL history, starting the year 10-1 and finishing 1-6. I feel bad for Coach Sirianni and all Eagles fans out there because this couldn't have happened to better people. Baker Mayfield woke up feeling dangerous and continued his career resurgence in Tampa by going 22 for 36, 337 yards, and 3 touchdowns, and it would have been a much better night for Baker if it wasn't for half a dozen egregious drops by his receivers. Meanwhile, the Browns, who couldn't ship Baker out of Cleveland fast enough, had their $230 million quarterback watch from the sidelines while Joe Flacco threw 2 pick sixes in a 45-14 loss to the Houston Texans. Sorry, Browns fans, that was mean. You know I love you. The Bucs scored 32 points and had 426 yards of offense. I am not surprised that the Buccaneers' young and up-and-coming offense coordinator Dave Canales was able to outsmart Fat Bastard from Austin Powers.
Get in my belly!
Number 6, the Green Bay Packers. Turns out Shakespeare was wrong and love does conquer all, as long as it's just Romeo and no Juliet. Romeo Dubs had 6 catches for 151 yards and a touchdown in the Packers' 48-32 win over the Dallas Cowboys. The Packers became the first 7th seed in NFL history to win a playoff game, and that's all because that dumb Juliet wasn't there to fake her own death and confuse Romeo and love. Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? He is in the end zone, and Jordan Love throwing him the ball is the sun. The Cowboys' playoff woes continue, and I am sure Jerry Jones is going to take this well and is going to behave very rationally, as it's looking more and more likely that Brian Daboll is going to be the only NFC East head coach returning next season. Mark Schlereth did an all-time victory lap when he posted on his Instagram a quote that he had for the NFL 2023 season, in which he predicted that, yeah, the Cowboys are going to win some regular season games and they're going to look good, but they're going to shit in their helmets when it comes playoff time. Stink is absolutely the best. Number 5, the Houston Texans. Stroud Boys stood their ground in the Lone Star State, as is their God-given right, by taking multiple shots against the vaunted Cleveland Browns defense. Rookie quarterback sensation C.J. Stroud went 16 for 21 for 274 yards and 3 touchdowns in the Texans' blowout win over the Browns. Joe Flacco's fairy tale season came to an abrupt end as he threw back-to-back heartbreaking pick sixes. The Cleveland Browns turned back into a pumpkin. D'Amico Ryans is making all those big women in Southern Texas swoon as he takes his former team back to postseason success. But what's more impressive impressive as CJ Stroud being the only Ohio State quarterback in NFL history to actually be good in the NFL. Of the numerous Buckeye quarterbacks, CJ Stroud is the first one to win a playoff game since Mike Tomczak won 3 in the 80s and 90s. Does anybody know who Mike Tomczak is? Before all you OSU fans jump down my throat, I'm just going to stop you now. You do not get to claim Joe Burrow. He is not yours. Number 4, the Buffalo Bills. Due to my hatred for the Bills, I will be using this allotted time to take shots at the Steelers instead.
Pass time. Throws to the back of the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown.
I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them.
Despite Mike Tomlin never having a losing record, the Steelers haven't won a playoff game since 2016, and they got smoked by the Bills 31-17 in a cold, windy Orchard Park. The Steelers make playoff exits faster than Mike Tomlin leaves a presser when he's asked about his contract situation. The most enjoyable thing about the Steelers for me, though, is that they're never good enough to make a run to a Super Bowl or, win championships and win playoff games, but they're also never bad enough to draft a high-end quarterback in the draft. So they're just stuck in this mediocre Mike purgatory forever.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
Number 3, the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions snapped a 32-year-long, 9-game losing streak in a 24-23 win over the Los Angeles Rams in what was easily the most exciting game of the entire weekend. Jared Goff got his revenge on his former team that shipped him out of town for Matt Stafford, as he went 22 for 27 for 277 yards and a touchdown. He plunged the dagger into Sean McVay's heart, just like Juliet did to herself after Romeo died, when he threw the game-sealing first down to Amon St. Brown. Now I just sneak in one last Shakespeare reference. I'm genuinely happy for the Lions fans who are booing and giving Stafford the finger before the game and also were crying in the stands after they won. For all of us who root for bad teams, this is the hope we hold on to. They have a great coach in Man Campbell. They have a lot of young, exciting players. It's just good times in Detroit, and I couldn't be more happy for them. They're my bandwagon team going forward. I really want them to win the Super Bowl. Number 2 and number 1, the San Francisco 49ers and the Baltimore Ravens. I just lumped these two together because they didn't play last weekend, so I don't really have much to say about them, but big divisional round coming up, and we're all excited about it. That's this week's Power Rankings episode. Thank you all so much for joining me and watching. I really appreciate whenever you come and check out my stuff. If you like the video, be sure to check out some of my other ones, and I will see you next time. I love you all. Bye.